Hello, truckers, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. We are in Jacksonville, Florida, and we're going to be heading out of Florida today, I do believe. Where we're going? Have no idea. We'll find out here in a little bit. Hopefully everyone's Wednesday is going well so far. Hello, Robert, In the Wall, Laserbat, John, Jay, welcome one and all. Like I said, I hope you have a good Wednesday so far. Since we are in Florida, not on an SDS map, no external contracts, so we're going to be taking a regular freight job. And instead of taking one at 3:30 in the afternoon, and I'm going to be skipping all the night, I think we'll just skip ahead till morning, and we'll see what we got for freight. That way I can get to driving right away, because regular freight, well, that goes by in-game time, unlike external contracts, which goes by real time. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and skip through the rest of the day. G set time to 6 a.m. Should be next morning. So it should be Friday morning, 6 a.m. when I wake up. And again with the rain. I should also mention, I do have the spring mod for version 1.54 activated. So yeah, it's not as bright. I mean, it's also raining too, so that doesn't help. We do have now $156,000 in the bank account. I kind of forgot how much money I need to buy another truck for the St. Louis garage. But we should be buying another truck for that garage today. Let's see what we got ourselves for some jobs here. There's not that many companies here in Jacksonville, so we'll see. I think there's only 2 companies, so what do we got here? Okay, so I got 2 jobs, that's it. Well, we can either go to Idaho. Man, that'd be a long trip. That would be a long trip. I mean, trip time says 40 in-game hours to make that trip. Or we can go to Arizona. That would take 32 hours in-game time to get there. I suppose if I'm going to be traveling that far, may just want to take the one that pays more per mile. $3.49. What do we have up here? Kingsland. Can I select on Kingsland? Let's go. They got one job going to Philadelphia. What's with all these jobs here? Palm Coast? Well, Palm Coast has a lot of opportunities. I wonder how far Palm Coast is down the road. Hello, Crystal. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I should be doing here. I mean, Palm Coast does have at least a lot of different opportunities for me to go somewhere. But we're in Jacksonville, so I think... I think we'll be just taking a long journey up to Idaho. I will be going through Missouri. So that's something. So I'll be going up through Georgia, through Tennessee, into Kentucky, Illinois, through Missouri, then up to Nebraska. Take I-80 across Nebraska, Wyoming, and Pocatello. Pocatello, Idaho, I guess is where we're going. These 2 choices, like I said, it's either Show Low, Arizona, or Pocatello, and since this one's paying more per mile, we're going to go ahead and select this one. And actually, we're at the Dollar General. Okay, that's not my trailer. Let's turn on the wipers. Seems like we're getting rain every morning. I think my trailer is going to be in the first stall. Nope. So is it this one? Am I not at the Dollar General? Where is my trailer? We'll get out and walk around a bit, I guess. Not there. Is it over here somewhere? No. I thought I was at the Dollar General. I guess I'm not at the Dollar General. I'm at the Dollar General. Oh, wait a minute. I'm so used to external contracts, I need to go check in, don't I? Yeah, boy. That was bad. How about if you actually go take the job? That usually helps. Usually helps if you, when you pull into the company and say, hey, I'll take that job. Yeah, let's go take the job. Where's my trailer? Yeah, the company's like, you don't have it yet. All right. Let's go hitch up. Ease her on in. Like a glove. So yeah, 40 in-game hours, so 40 in-game driving hours before we get there. So enjoy the journey. Again, we're in Jacksonville, Florida. All clear over there, Cindy? No traffic at all in Jacksonville at 6 o'clock in the morning, apparently. Overall, this shop's going to pay me $8,500. So yeah, we're running the spring mod, so yeah, not as bright and shiny first thing in the morning. Don't know what time it'll get dark, but probably sooner than 8:30 in the game time that usually it is. I'm going to guess around 6:30 it'll probably get dark. Hello, Branding Iron. Welcome. So just 2,351 miles to go. And we're there. Just around the corner. Going 30 miles an hour. I think I'm okay with like 40 miles an hour. The slowest I can go at cruise control. When it's below 40, it seems like we're just crawling. And the thunder rolls. What time does it need to be there by? Tuesday, and it's a Friday. Okay. We got time. Not at going 30 miles an hour, though. That's gonna suck. You're telling me it's only 30 miles an hour on this road here? What am I hauling anyways, and what's the weight? 43,000 pounds of beverages. Beverages from the coast of Florida up to Idaho. Wonder what it could be. Is it really only 30 miles an hour on this road, or what's going on here? We'll see what other traffic does around me. Okay, that truck seems to be going a little bit faster than I am. I am starting to think that I got a broken mod somewhere. Yeah, I'm getting past left and right. Hang on a second here. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and save the game. Yeah, we'll save it there. That's fine. Let's quit to... wait, how do you log out to the profiles? I usually just quit the game, usually. Load game, save game, desktop, options. No, that just brings me to there. Maybe you do it from here? Oh, that's my driver's experience. Alright, I'm just going to quit the game. I'll let it back up here in just a second. So you get a black screen just for a moment. I think I'm going to deactivate the spring mod, because that's the only mod I activated, but speed limits seem to be stuck at 30. Which does not seem right. Let's see, mods. Spring mod, we'll deactivate that, confirm changes. And yeah, this is fine right here. Load, it's going to say the Springs mod is not there, so that's fine. See what the speed limit now is on that road. Let's go ahead and hit drive. There, now it says, I think it says speed limit is 70. Interesting. Yeah, that would have been kind of painful going from Florida up to Idaho at 30 miles an hour. It could be I got the mods in the wrong order as well. That could have been causing it. Oh well, not a big deal. It's not that much of a game-changing type of mod for what I'm doing here. You click on the title screen. Been a while since I really changed profiles. The only time I really changed profiles is when I'm trying to get an event done off camera. I usually go to another profile to get those, like delivering Christmas gifts or delivering, I think it was Valentine's Day. Maybe I did Valentine's Day off camera. I can't remember which one it was. But this is better than going 30 miles an hour. Let me reset track IR after loading the game back in. Seems all good. Just making sure the trailer's still attached. I think that was asked maybe last week if I ever left a trailer behind. I was like, I don't think so. So speed limit being 70, I'm going to cruise at 75. And we should be okay. So, should take me a little bit more than 3 days to get there. Well, maybe just 3 days. Because I'm probably going to drive past the usual 5 o'clock. We'll probably just drive until it almost gets dark. So, they don't have the fatigue option turned on. I can pretty much drive non-stop if I want to. But we're not going to drive at night because, yeah, I can't see a whole lot at night. Almost took that corner way too fast. Can't turn that fast in the rain, man. We did some external contracts in the ATS today. Is that why we're getting closer to the goal? Is this a rest area or a way station? Way station, I'm probably going to get pulled in. Florida's not happy that I'm leaving their state, so they're going to pull me in. Those trucks are just rolling on through. Come on. I'm doing 3 miles an hour. There we go. External contracts are the best. Most times they are. Problem I usually have is with external contracts is, yeah, they do it by real time, and when I'm just trying to make a 1-hour episode, that makes it kind of difficult to do long journey external contracts for myself anyways. Hello, Georgia. Another thing about external contracts, 65 miles an hour. Regular freight, as fast as you want to go. Everyone wants the middle lane. But hello, Miles. Hope you're having a good Wednesday so far. So just be aware, if you are using the Seasons mod that I usually put in the description down below, I did update the mod. It's out for 1.54. And it could be I just have it in the wrong order in the mods list. But as we just saw, for some reason the speed limit was restricted to 30. You know, it's telling me I was going too fast. Not sure why, though, we're getting as much rain as we have been getting lately. I haven't changed the setting on that at all. It seems like every morning it's raining. We'll see how far I can get on fuel. I think I can drive all day before we run out. So I'd like to fuel up wherever we're going to rest. on, rain. Disappear. I don't mind the rain visually and the sound of it, but as for, it does make it, for your driving, a little bit more difficult. Can I show Bob where to find his skill points? It's been a moment since I looked at mine. Is it going to be up here? No, those are my stats. I'm not sure if I've done it on this new UI because it's been a while. Career. Alright, so career skills. That's where you got to go. So you have 6 categories. You got your hazardous cargo, you got your long distance, high value, fragile, just in time, and fuel economy. Usually I like to get a couple points in the long distance and then add a point into high value, fragile. Because that getting at least just 1 point in one of these will open up. If you don't have a point in these at all, you can't take these type of cargo. So get at least 1 point into high value and fragile cargo, and that'll open up a lot more loads for you to take, but at least 2 points in long distance as well. Those should be like your first 4 points you put in. 2 in long distance, 1 in high value, 1 in fragile, and then maybe you can start working on some of this stuff as well, because this stuff does pay rather well. Just in time and fuel economy does not, to me, is not that crucial. Saving fuel is whatever to me. Just in time, I mean, yeah, the bonuses are okay, but I would work on long distance, high value, fragile, and hazardous cargo going forward. But long distance is very important kind of at the beginning. This gives you more opportunity. More chances to find more cargo, more destinations to go to. Oh, that's my loan payment. You don't have any skill points activated? It doesn't take long to get skill points at the very beginning. You should have at least some, I would think, by now. It should show you, again, it should, you know, in case you didn't see it, where was it? Career, skills. It should be like right at the top where it says unassigned skill points. Of course, I have 0 because the max skill points you can get is 36. And you get 1 for every level, and I'm level, I have no idea what level I am. But that's where you find the skills. That's a good question, though. I don't know what level I am. Not that it matters. Once you get past level 36, it's whatever. Because you already have all your skill points used up. I guess it's by getting more levels, it just shows how far you have driven, I assume. Or how many jobs you have done. I'm pretty sure we'll find out today when I get this load delivered to Idaho. I'm sure I'll get enough maybe to level up because this is a decent sized journey that we're going on. Is this 2 lanes going to the right? Can I do that? Yes, we can. And the rain has come to an end. You have points, but you had to start again. Well, I would just say that when you start getting your first couple of points, a couple in the long distance and then one into fragile and one to the high value cargo. And by that point, you can kind of figure out how you want to go on from there by yourself, depending on when to play the game. But by getting 2 points in the long distance, one in high value, and fragile cargo, you should always have a job going somewhere. But yeah, for every level you gain, you get a skill point. So like if you're level 6, then that means you've had, you got 6 skill points that you should be able to use. So again, we just left Jacksonville, Florida, and we're on our way to Idaho. Pocatello is where we're going. If you know where that is, then you know where it is, I guess. But yeah, basically we're not quite going across country, but pretty much we are. I think it was a 2,300 mile trip when we started, and we're at we got down to almost 2,000 more miles to go. Not quite the Seattle, Washington down to Palm Coast trip, but pretty darn close. We just didn't have a whole lot of options in Jacksonville this morning, so we just took what we could, grab. Oh, gotta get over again. Augusta. That is where they just had the Masters there for the PGA professional golf tournament was there last weekend. Chattanooga, Tennessee. I believe that's where we'll be headed. At least going through. Only 65 up through here, so doing 75, that would give me a speeding ticket. I can get away with 70. Where do you get the Coast to Coast mod? You can find a link to most of the mods I'm using in the description for the stream. But in order to run the coast-to-coast mod at this point, you pretty much need every state that SCS has put out. I think, of course, he has a version for every state. And then you can also download the mod for every state except Missouri, probably. But the link should be in the description below. Chattanooga, that's where I want to go. Well, that lane closes up rather quick. Not sure, but I think the link I have in the description for the Coast to Coast is going to bring you to the SCS forums for the post for the Coast to Coast map. And like John was saying, there should be like a couple of download links depending on which site you want to go to and which one that you would need. But it's either going to bring you to share mods or Truckee mods. As you can see, we are going through Georgia, and Georgia is looking pretty good. The southern states are done over pretty well. The northern states can get rather barren in between the cities. But if you're looking to expand your experience in ATS, Coast to Coast is a very good map, and maybe not so much the Mexico map anymore, but the Coast to Coast map is kind of needed to get to other modded maps as well. Hello, Arctic. Welcome. Oh, speed limit is now 70. Well, we're going to go ahead and step on the throttle, aren't we? Aren't we, Cindy? Cindy says yes. She feels the need for speed. Ooh, whoa, why is traffic all... Oh, I see, we're going from 3 lanes to 2. And welcome to Tennessee. Hello, Firefighter Jay. Welcome. Hopefully you've been well. I see. So it's not 2 lanes and you can split then. Alright. Yeah, I don't want to be taking a wrong turn on an interstate because that just means probably hundreds of miles added to the journey. Welcome to Chattanooga, Tennessee. And now I want to veer off to the right, apparently. Hello, Doctor. Welcome. Hopefully you've been well. I think I'm just going to follow this trucker here. At least I get a little bit of a break here. Well, we're down to under 1,900 miles to go. I'm between 3 and 4 hours east of you. Well, maybe I'll swing by and see those new kittens that you got yesterday. Have I thought about playing Planet Crafter? I know of the game. Haven't really thought about it. Alright, so I can go about another 200 miles, so... Cindy? Cindy? Where's the next fuel? How many miles is that? Oh, that's 458 miles. I'm not going to make it that far. Why couldn't that come on when I went through town here? Well, that's 100 miles. Alright, so we're going to go here and fuel up. And maybe I'll even just say the heck with it and rest up. I mean, I got plenty of time. I don't need... the load does not need to be there until Tuesday. And it's only Friday in game, so I got plenty of time to get there. Plenty of time. Get back up to speed. Hello, Caleb and Panther Killer. Welcome. Caleb, I thought you'd been here before. Might be a different Caleb. So we're hauling beverages from Jacksonville, Florida up to Idaho. And right now I need to get to a fuel depot. Way back in the early days of ATS and the Coast to Coast modded map, fuel depots were very hard to come by. And also sleep triggers as well, so if you had the fatigue turned on, it was rather difficult. So I think this is just going to be a turning left option I got to do. Love this game. Sadly, all I have to play it on is a MacBook. The MacBook works, but not the best. Kind of weird that a driving simulator trucking game can be as relaxing as it is. I mean, maybe for some people it's stressful. Hello, Fire Viper. Welcome. I need to get back into the rhythm of fueling up every time I call it an evening. I've been kind of randomly fueling up in the past couple of streams, and it gets me in situations like this. Don't think the fuel tank I got in this is that big compared to... I think the Kenworth I had before this had like a 300 gallon. This might be a 250. Definitely don't want to miss wherever this turn is for this fuel depot. Just making sure I'm not going by anything. Well, how far am I? Oh, we're not that far. We're not that far. Oh, exit only. I think it said we're near Nashville. Yep, Nashville's where we're going. I'll ask Cindy if she wants to just rest up here or drive a few more hours. We'll have a look at the tablet in just a moment. Most importantly, first, let's get some fuel. Where do I... Oh, right here. $3.48 for diesel in Tennessee. Should have stopped by when we were in Jacksonville. Could have grabbed some lunch. Blame Cindy. She just wanted to walk around a bit, I guess. But hello, Jill. I made a new save to have a legit one. I could put my HQ in the Midwest. My current load is in Cali, and it's a special transport. I hate having to use controller, but my wheel broke. Ew. I'm not good with a controller because I don't use a controller that much. Definitely would miss my wheel. Let's see where navigation world map. It's 4:30. So I mean, if I were to drive another 4 hours ish, I guess that can get me like to St. Louis. That's 5 hours away. Oh, wait, didn't want to hit the wrong button. St. Louis is 5 hours. Yeah, there's no really good rest stop along the way. So it's either St. Louis or just right here to Clarksville. I think we just go ahead and we'll fast forward time right here. Before I do that, though, I need to pull out of here because that sometimes can confuse things. Because I haven't paid for fuel yet. Currently driving the SES 389. I think I've driven a 389. So, yeah, we're just going to fast forward time to the next morning. G set time to 6. So we do wake up with $196,000 in the bank account. So before we start our day, let's go to services, truck dealers, and we're going to buy ourselves another truck for our St. Louis garage. St. Louis. Buy online. I think we're customizing this one here, right? And let's see. We're giving them a 6x4. Do I want to give them a 6x4 250 gallon? Sure, why not? As for the engine, we'll give them a 600 horse. And for the transmission, 13-speed retarder. $149,000 for that. Let's change that paint color because that black looks like dark chocolate. Yeah, we'll give him a yellow one. Why not? So just go back to here. I mean, that seems good enough as far as I'm concerned. We'll hit confirm. So it's $150,000. Purchase. St. Louis garage. And of course now we need a driver. So recruitment agency. Hire a driver. Oh, hello, Alex. Alex has got some skills. Well, we're getting Alex. And I have $50,000 in the bank account-ish. So, yeah, next thing I'll need to do is upgrade that garage. Sad that Kenworth is stopping the W900. Well, yeah, in real life. But you know what? You just can't keep making the same thing over and over again. I'm pretty sure whatever they replace it with will be good. But I mean, it'll still be in the game, of course. All right, let's get back to getting over to Idaho. At least it's not raining first thing in the morning. Hello, MV Silence. Hope you're having a good Wednesday so far. So the first day was kind of a short day. So get on, let's get right back off. Alright, St. Louis. I know we're going through St. Louis, so we'll follow the billboards that way. So speed limit 70. I'm going to do 75. Because I feel like it. I think the question mark probably in that town, since I saw like a wrench for a workstation, I'm guessing that was a truck dealer. But since we have unlocked all of the truck brands in-game, and I'm at a certain skill level, I can buy trucks online from any of those dealerships that we've already discovered. So I don't really need to discover everything with a question mark on it. It could have been a recruitment agency as well, but not... Usually a recruitment agency is not where a working station or repair station is. I don't know if unlocking more recruitment centers helped me by finding better drivers. Have no idea if that's a thing or not. And to me, I really don't care. As long as I can get someone with skills, at least have a 1 point in long distance, I'm happy. Hello, Kentucky. Welcoming us to this beautiful state. I assume it's a beautiful state. I don't think I've ever been to Kentucky. I take that back. I think I had a connecting flight at one of the airports once. But I didn't leave the airport, so yeah, I don't know. So maybe by the time I get to Idaho, we'll have enough money to upgrade the St. Louis garage. And now I know I just need roughly like $150,000 to buy a truck for them. Yeah, I'm not too sure if the truck dealers are the same for everyone or is it random. I have no idea. All I do know is, like when you start a profile, if you start a brand new profile / save game, it'll ask you, what is your favorite truck? So let's just say you pick out Freightliner as your favorite truck, and then you pick out your starting city. The truck dealer in your starting city, usually, as far as I've always seen, is a dealership of your favorite truck. But I don't know, like, if there's a truck dealer in San Diego, is it the same for everyone? I have no idea. It's all the same. I was trying to remember when I started this series, however long ago it was now, 4 years ago or whatever. And I was trying to find the last few like dealerships. I think a couple of people told me, oh, you can find one of those dealers in this town. And I either, for some reason, I kind of remember someone told me of a dealer in a certain town, went there, and they weren't there. It was a different one. Now, I could have just got wrong information from them, but I would feel it's all the same-ish. Am I going to the right? If I am, I need to get over... Yes, I'm going to St. Louis. Well, I'm going through St. Louis. So just cross our fingers that when we go from the coast-to-coast map back onto an SES map, that it's truly connected and we don't fall through the map. I have only fallen through the map, I think, twice. Once in Euro Truck and once in ATS. Oh, you're moving over? All right, then I'll stay right here. How do I like Missouri? I mean, I think all the states are fine. I don't really have like a favorite state or, well, I do try to avoid California. And I think it's only because of the speed restriction. It gets me a little bit. But I mean, as for how they portray the way they really are, I think all the states are done really well. As far as SES states go. And again, for those who don't know, SES actually sends out a crew of like half dozen, maybe a dozen people. When they're working on a state, they send them out to those states and they tour, they take videos, and they try to copy exactly as what they photograph and try to put it into the game. There are some restrictions of things they can and can't put into the game because some landmarks will have trademarks and copyrights and all that kind of stuff, so they can't do it. You only been through the underground delivery once. We've been in the underground a couple of times. But I mean, I knocked out the Cruising Missouri event rather quickly. I think we did it in like 2 streams. Okay, so I gotta do getting off this interstate up here. Oh, nope, I'm gonna get in front of you, I guess. I thought you were getting off there, dude. Round and round we go. Just to get back up to speed. Oh, loan payment. I was like, wait a minute, what the heck is that? Thought I hit someone getting on the interstate here. Hello, Anita and Skender. Welcome both. Hope you both are having a good Wednesday. Getting a little cloudy. I think there might be some rain up ahead. Or is it just fog? I can't tell. Not sure, but we might actually be in Illinois right now. Oh, Linda brought in $149, whatever she just did. But she leveled up. And again, I'd rather make a profit than not make no money at all, I suppose. Am I going this way? Yes. Wait, am I actually in, this bridge looks familiar. Yep, St. Louis. And there's the arch. So technically we are in Illinois, but we get a good view of the arch in the background. This might be a good photo opportunity. I hope they bring out Chicago. Well, that's in Illinois, so that should definitely... wait, am I hitting the bridge here? Can I not get on the other side of this bridge? I'm restricted by the bridge. What? I am stuck on the bridge. Let me just do this for a quick second. All I want to do is take a photo of the gateway to the west. All right, don't get stuck on the bridge. Gateway Arch. Lovely. All right, let's continue. If you remember when I was doing the Cruise in Missouri event, I can only get a picture of the arch from like down on this road, and it wasn't really a great view. That bridge gave me a really good view. Wait a minute, I still got that marker there? I gotta get rid of that marker, or else it's gonna tell me to turn around. There we go. We don't need to stop there. So we're now back on the SCS states maps. We're off the coast-to-coast map. And we should be maybe going up through to Nebraska. Maybe I'm going to Illinois. Wait, what? I think I got mixed up there. Nope. Yeah, we're going right through Missouri, then Nebraska, I-80, pretty much all the way to Idaho. Before we get to Salt Lake City is actually my home city, in game, in ATS as my home city. That was my starting city for this profile. And the reason why I picked Salt Lake City back then, Salt Lake City was pretty much central to all the states that SES had put out at that point. And now Salt Lake City is more so on the west side, isn't it? I think we'll cruise at 70. Oh, way station up ahead. They're going to pull me in because I haven't pulled into one for a while. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Guess I'm getting in line here. My day, just like every other day so far. But guess I can't complain for a Wednesday. Corey T couldn't find a job. Come on, Corey. Don't know if that's a new driver or not. You got fined for driving without lights being on? Yep. I always leave my lights on. I should double check that, just to be sure. But yeah, I always leave my parking lights, low beams on, and of course the dashboard lights on. I always leave mine on. Once we get on I-80, it should be pretty simple for me. I can just set the cruise control. I don't have to really worry about anything, so I won't be getting off for many miles. Alright, Scanner, thanks for dropping in for a little bit. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Thought there was a car. Yeah, there is no car out there. Wait, you're gonna get up to speed or not? No, I'm gonna come out here anyways. 78's way too fast. 75 is where I need to be. Again, for those who don't know, and I don't know why that truck just got in that left lane, but whatever. Makes me not have to. But yeah, you're given a 10% leniency for the speed limit. So if the speed limit is 70, you can do 77 miles an hour and you won't get a speeding ticket. You do 78, well, now you're 10% over the speed limit. You will get a ticket for that. And you're thinking, wow, that's a big leniency, 10%. But if the speed limit's 30, if you're doing 34, that would get you a ticket. You could do 33. Just don't do 33.1 miles an hour, then you'll get a ticket. Getting close to where you live in real life. Maybe I'll swing in for a drink. Whatever construction's really going on there in real life right now, that's why they got the construction by this bridge. Hey, end of construction. Although it did back up traffic quite a bit. Well, we got ourselves a helicopter. That means there's a crash up ahead. Alright, be careful. Someone may turn out. Well, it's not a crash. It's, well, it's a crime scene at some point of some sort. Well, no passing on the right, but we're going to do it. Or maybe I'll do it. Oh no, another way station. Go or no go? Way or no way? That's the question. Way. Even though it was just that one, Missouri. So all that traffic I was fighting with and getting through, now I'm back behind it again. So that's Kansas City right in front of us. I'm not sure that road... Nope. Is this where I wanted to go? I hate when interchanges are that close to one another. What did that do to me here? No, that's yes, where we wanted to go. Am I actually going up through Topeka? Where's Topeka? Topeka's over here. Alright, so St. Joseph is where we're going through next. That's the next biggest town. So St. Joseph, and then we'll get up to Lincoln. St. Joseph, then Lincoln. It's good to know what cities you're headed towards, because sometimes like interchanges like that, when they get real clustered, it can be kind of difficult to know exactly which part of the road you should be on. So following the billboards telling you, hey, this town's that way, this town's that way. Oh, that's right. This is the section that's only 45 miles. Oh, no. I thought this was the section was only 45 miles an hour. Guess it's 55. What time is it? It's almost 3:30. I think we'll drive to about 7 or so. And 70 miles an hour cruise control. Now, of course, I'm not really going into St. Joseph. We're just kind of driving around it. But as long as I follow the billboard signs and GPS, I'm all good. I am going to have to find... Let's see, so it's 4 o'clock. I want to drive to about 7. Maybe right here. Is this 3 hours? That's 2 hours and 6 minutes away. Or I think this is going to be too far. That's 4 hours away. That puts us at 8 o'clock. I think we can actually drive to 8 o'clock. And we'll fuel up here. And, of course, we'll also, you know, rest through the night. I like how there's a question mark here, but then you can see right underneath it, it's a Kenworth dealership. I think it says Kenworth there because you can take jobs out of there, but it's going to be a Kenworth dealership. Right, left, middle. I was thinking about just backing up. It's another option. So yeah, somewhere around 8 o'clock is when we should get to our rest area. So Cindy has done her job for this Saturday. She's found us the rest area. Didn't see how far we were getting when I clicked on the rest area. Don't know what town it's in. Did that dump truck just brake check me a little bit? I think he might have. Oh, there's a car out there. This truck should be in the right-hand lane, honestly. And he's had opportunities to move over. And now my lane, construction zone, my lane is not there. And we're kind of driving past through a rest area now, but yeah, it's only 5 o'clock. 72 miles to Nebraska. That can't be right. Why would that not be right? I mean, we're not that far from the border at all of the state. Nah, no road rage. I mean, my driving today has been pretty good, even with reading chat. Of course, now that I've said that, I'll probably hit something. Why is there way out in the middle of nowhere a scenic... It's something to take a picture of here. What would there be to take a picture of? Have I already taken a picture of whatever this is? Oh, break. What is this thing I gotta take a picture of, which is like right behind me? Hetzel's Block Historical Building. Well, we'll just add it to the collection, I suppose. Let's change the time of day so the sun is looking a little bit better on it. At least the sun's on this side. Well, we're almost down to another 1,000 miles to go, so we're getting through those miles pretty quickly. And I want to say it's either 50 or 75,000 to upgrade the garage. I'm going to say 75,000 to upgrade the garage. So right now I'm just looking for signs because we got on past St. Joseph, so I think it's Lincoln, Nebraska, which is next. Just as the train was coming. I will say one thing SCS also has down pretty good is the light in the game, at least in my opinion. So you can see as the evening hours come, the light from the sun is not as bright, and the hue of the sky is pretty good. The sky box looks pretty good. I like the info along the bottom. Is that a mod? Yep, it's on the Steam Workshop. You can find the link to that in the description below. I think it's called the Minimal Advisory Bar or Minimal Advisory Info Bar. I forgot what it's called. Been so long since I actually looked at it. It's available both for ATS and Euro Truck, but if you're getting it for Euro Truck, you have to go to a different workshop website. But all the links should be, if you click on this one for ATS, all the links of his mod should be there. It's done by Patrick, who also does the Realistic Economy as well. And also we got another, I'm not sure if I've taken a picture of this one either. But I'm guessing it's going to be the church. Yeah, usually I don't, historic church in Beatrice. Again, let's change the time of day so we get maybe a little bit more light on the subject. Yeah, you can tell if you're taking a picture of it or not. You can see the GPS. That little building is now yellow. Before it was gray. So that's how you know if you've taken a picture of it before. Yeah, I don't use many mods in ATS. I think currently I'm using, in this series, I'm using only 15. And I want to say 5 of those are actually paint jobs that I created. So really I'm only using about 10 mods. But yeah, the minimal advisory bar at the bottom. At first, I remember the first time I used it, I'm like, it seems interesting. And now that, you know, I got used to it after a couple of episodes or whatever, I hate it when the game gets updated and the mod on the same day is updated. I'm like, oh no, I got to record an episode and I got to do a day without the minimal advisory bar. This has everything there that you need, really. Come on, we got a green light. This should be the rest area I'm going to. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And kind of the cool thing is, by driving to 8 o'clock, I don't actually have to go into dev commands and fast forward to 6. We can just go ahead and sleep and we should wake up 10 hours from now, so it would be 6 o'clock right now, but it's going to be closer to like 6:15. Close enough, though. Wasn't sure if I can go straight then turn. Again, I do have, to make it more realistic, I got the crosses that show up on a road to where you can't actually travel on those roads. Like, because that road in front of us, we can see it, but if you look at the GPS, it's not really there in game. It's just there. If I were to go up there, there's an invisible barrier that will let me go there, and I got it turned off to where we don't see the flashing X's of saying, this road is not traversable. So at first I thought just go straight then turn, but no, I am turning in here. $3.36 for diesel here. I'm also running the realistic fuel prices and also a sound pack as well, so you hear additional sounds as we fuel up. Yep, Plenty got an update on FS25. You'll see that in tomorrow's episode a little bit. I talk about the update. Wait for my driver to get in. Since you brought that up, though, I would recommend, if you're not going to start a new save game, be careful of updating the Penye map. Even though the description on ModHub doesn't say a new save is required for the update on Penye, I would recommend it. So before updating, you may want to copy and save the zip file of the Penye map before updating it, in case you don't like the update. Because it will bring back all the trees that you cut down and all that kind of stuff. Am I not in a rest area? Looks like I'm in a rest area. Oh, wait a minute. I guess there is happy. Alright, so it's 8:20, so we're going to sleep, even though I don't really have to because I got it turned off. But we should wake up at 6:20. And again, it's raining first thing in the morning. Every morning, just about, we wake up, it's raining. 85,000 in the bank account, but garage manager. Is that enough money to upgrade the St. Louis garage? Upgrade. 75,000. Yes, please. Oh, that's right. It's going to give us a cutscene. So our St. Louis garage now has 2 open slots. So now we'll just work our way towards another 150, 160,000. And we'll get ourselves another truck. Yeah, so originally when I started this series, I was thinking about having just like 20, 25 drivers. And currently we have 34. And now since the series, everyone, a lot of people are liking the series, I think what we're going to do is just have at least one garage in every state. So I got a little catching up to do on that. So that leaves us with 10,000 in the bank account. Not a problem. Let me just look at the map again. So are we... Oh, right here. So we're getting on I-80, and really we're taking I-80 probably all day. We're not getting off I-80 until we get to... through Wyoming, until we get up to Salt Lake City. So it's I-80 all the way to Salt Lake City, which is my starting city. And then we take I-15 up to Pocatello. So really, it's just get on I-80, which is right in front of us, and just go. And I actually have driven across I-80 through Nebraska twice, and let me tell you, both times halfway through, I wanted to steer off the road and hit a tree, but there were no trees, just cornfields. Longest 840 miles east to west, west to east on I-80 through Nebraska. I think it's like 840 miles. Seemed like 8,000 miles, honestly. So the only thing that's probably going to stop us out today is a way station. Yeah, I've been to Wyoming many times. And one time driving through an I-80, it was just well, it was in winter, so there was snow on the ground. Just a beautiful sunny day. It was kind of breezy, and we went on the corner, and I started seeing some flashing lights on the side of the road. And basically a snowdrift had formed across the interstate because the snow was getting blown around by the wind. I puckered up a little bit, and we kind of plowed right through it. I mean, it wasn't a huge snowdrift. It was probably like a foot deep. And I had to drive about maybe 10 to 12 feet through it, but we were doing like 40 miles an hour by the time I slowed down enough. Yeah, it's the wind that will get you in these types of areas. Anyone really familiar with Wyoming? A couple times I spent 10 days backpacking in the Centennial Mountains. So 75 is the speed limit, so we're going to do maybe 80 miles an hour. Is not the smartest thing to do with the rain coming down. But if I can get the trip done in this one day, that'd be great. If not that big of a deal. Again, the load does not need to be there until Tuesday morning, and currently it's only Sunday. And right now, at the bottom of the screen, you can see the ETA is saying I won't get there until 10. I don't know if I can make up a couple of hours throughout the day. All I know is I don't have to worry about exits and all that kind of stuff. We're just staying on I-80 all the way through. Drivers coming back without loads. As long as it's under $1,000 for fuel and repairs, I'm good with it. And that was close. That was 916. I may have to recheck my settings for rain, because I swear it's like down like 10%, but every morning lately that we wake up, it's just raining. Hello, Jim. Good afternoon to you. Oh. Yeah, my tires don't like turning in heavy rain at 80 miles an hour. My tires squeal a little bit there. So one thing I probably should do is maybe when I get to Pocatello, if there's a service station there, I may go change out my tires. Because that's one thing when I bought this truck, I did not swap out tires. And I don't know what type of tires I have on here. Burning rubber. Way station. I think Nebraska is going to want to see what I'm doing. Oh, they gave me the green light. No way. Which means I don't have to stop in a way. Ever fire a driver in game? I mean, I can say yes, and I think a lot of people in here can probably tell you which driver that was. Now the funny thing is, the driver I fired, I have actually rehired a long time after, so they're back in the fleet. But I have fired drivers before. Hello, Michael. Welcome. Let's see, Farmer G knows. Good old Harry P. Sorry, trying to read chat. Wait, what? I gotta read that over twice here. When you mean become skint, does the game stop or do you lose the truck? Do you mean if you go broke? If that's what you mean, you get 48 hours to, you get 48 hours to get the money. You'll get an email that says you overdrafted your account. You get 48 hours, which you should be able to come up with the money, I would assume. Yeah, while I'm thinking of it, because I'm not going to do it later on, let me go to options. That's graphics. Gameplay. Rain probability. Okay, so it's at 26%. I thought it was at 10. I'm going to drop it down a little bit. %25 is kind of on the high side. That means 1 out of 4. I think the last time I fiddled with the probability of rain is when I did the Christmas event. And usually I make an episode for Christmas Eve delivering Christmas gifts. And I put the rain probability up to 100%. That way, with the winter mod, it's snowing. So we're delivering Christmas gifts in the snow. So that's probably the last time I readjusted it. Hello, RC Mark. A good Wednesday to you. Loan payment. Maybe I'll actually stop at the Lincoln Memorial, or is it Lincoln Monument? I always get those, say those two wrong. And that's going to be between Cheyenne and Laramie. And that represents the highest elevation point on Interstate 80. There, without the rain, this truck steers very well. And the rain, not so much. Well, as we're passing through Sydney, that means we're not far from Wyoming. So there's a slight chance we'll get to our destination today. Someone just brought in 10 grand. Martin S. Our drivers are just getting really, really good. Yeah, speed limit is still 75. So doing 79, I'm still good on not getting a speeding ticket. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why did you slow down that much, dude? We're doing 40 miles an hour. I was doing almost 80. That was slowing down way too much. Yeah, if it was raining out at that point, I don't think I would have stopped in time. Got another way station coming up. And of course, they're pulling me in. Welcome to Wyoming. Wyoming says, we want to see you. Alright, let's get back up to speed. So, Cheyenne, I should be coming up to the interchange of I-25 somewhere. What happens if you don't stop at a rest area? You get like a $400 fine or something like that. Well, that's with realistic economy. I'm not sure what it is in base game. And in real life, it's probably way more expensive than you want to know. Happy Jack Road. That road does actually exist. Lincoln Monument. I always say Lincoln Memorial, but it's Lincoln Monument. We're going to pull over right here so I can get myself a picture of the Lincoln Monument. I don't know if this is going to be... I've taken a picture of this before. I would have thought this would have been... like one of those scenic things to take a picture of, but it isn't, which is kind of weird. I mean, it's not a great picture, but I thought this would be like a scenic thing to take a picture of. But if we get out of the truck and actually just fly around. Can we actually read? But this is just for recognizing the highest elevation point on Interstate 80, which is like 8,100 feet above sea level. Not really quite the way I remember it, but it's been years since I've been there. That's a nice truck down here. Alright, I got places to be. Now, I'm not going to really go up there. We're just going to try to find a place to merge here. I'm going to scare this purple car a little bit. There we go. They let me in. How nice of them. Wait, what's the speed limit here? 65. That exit 316 used to take that exit a lot. Alright, now I gotta get back into my rhythm, which is kind of hard to do because I'm boxed in. Need this traffic to pan out a little bit. Yeah, that slow trucker right here is going to give us an opportunity, I think. All right, let's drive across the great state of Wyoming. I can remember when this was part of the coast-to-coast map way back in the day. That seems like ages ago now. So our day, or our stream anyways, not our this in-game day, but our stream started. We were in Jacksonville, Florida. And now we've made our way all the way up to the middle of Wyoming just about. Almost 2,000 miles driven. And again, we're just right on Interstate 80 until we get to Salt Lake City. Then we'll take I-84 headed up towards Idaho. This is not going to be good. I got a car in the left lane I couldn't move over. But man, our drivers are killing it today. We started, after upgrading the garage in St. Louis, we were down to what, just under 10,000? We're up to 42,000. part of me is saying, drive all the way through. We are slowly making up time on the ETA, so it wouldn't be driving too much in the dark. But of course, we could always come up with a road detour, which could just throw everything off. Speed limit is now 80. Don't feel too inclined to drive faster. I'm not in that much of a hurry. Like I said, this load does not need to be there until Tuesday, and it's only Sunday. And I just got 360 miles to go. When you think of Wyoming, you think of cowboy films. I will say a lot of people in Wyoming do wear cowboy hats. I was not one of them all the times I was there. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm more of a baseball hat kind of aware if I wear a hat. Salt Lake City, that's where we are going through. There, get my way up through those gears again. Get my cruise control back on. Don't pull out. You almost did. Thought you were going to. Don't think I should be driving this fast through the tunnel, but we're going to. Yep, I got the fatigue turned off, but I'm not driving at night anyways, so... Yeah, we're just not driving through the night, so that's still the same amount of time as the game will let you. If I had the fatigue turned on, it'd be the same thing. Wow, we're up to $72,000 in the bank account now. And I'm going to be bringing in $8,500. Well, usually I drive set hours, but for the Cruising Missouri event, we kind of changed that up a little bit. But man, my drivers are bringing in the cash. I mean, more drivers, like I always say, it's just going to bring us more money anyways. But it used to take me forever to stockpile money just to be able to buy a truck. Not only did we buy a truck, we upgraded the garage. And I still got 72,000. Yeah, the more and more I can chew into that ETA, like I said, it should get dark somewhere around the 8 o'clock hour. The 8 p.m. hour. And our ETA is 8:30. So when I get there, I'm going to BNSF. I think that's a transport company. Alright, we got a way station coming up. So is Utah going to pull me in? Alright, I'm from Utah. Don't pull me in. Haha. They saw my Utah plates and they said, no, this is a resident of Utah. We're not going to pull him in. Thank you, Utah. Well, I-80, it's been fun. So you're asking, what's your fleet like now, your gameplay in ATS, and what made me switch from ETS to ATS? What's my fleet like now? So, driver manager, we have, we just looked at it a while ago, I think 34 drivers with, how many garages do we own? We own 8 or 7. Salt Lake City is just the one truck, my first starting garage. So we have 7, and we just upgraded the St. Louis garage, so now I have 2 slots open for that. Yeah, but for the past few live streams or whatever, I turned off the fatigue just because we were trying to get the Cruising Missouri thing kind of done. And honestly, I'm starting to like having the fatigue turned off. But I mean, I just don't drive the nights anyway, so it seems to work out either way. And I don't have to listen to my driver yawn all the time either. Whoa. I always hate coming back into the game as you're driving, especially if your steering wheel's not pointing the same direction as it was when you went back to the main menu. So yeah, right now we're in Utah and we're headed up towards Idaho. Yeah, I think we just push right on through and just get this delivery done. And that way, when Monday rolls around, I can start fresh with a new load somewhere. Part of me wants to pass this truck, but also the same part of me is not quite sure. So I haven't looked at this section of the map in a while. Ooh, we're merging down to one lane. Got so relaxed driving across 180 for that long period of time. Now it's merge here, merge there. Oh, now you want to pull me in? Come on, Utah. I thought we had an agreement. Utah was like, now we're going to tease them. Maybe I'll have to dive into Euro Truck Sim. I'll definitely have to start a new profile. I have no idea what I got for DLCs and all that on Euro Truck. But I would say nothing in the past 10 years. No, dude, I'm cutting you off. That may or may not have been John, I don't know. I mean, it was a red car, that's all I can tell you. The last 100 miles in our 23 or 2400 mile journey from Jacksonville, Florida. Gotta love driving out in this type of part of the country where the speed limit's 80 miles an hour. Sad part is, then you get like to California, it's like 55. DLC is over there, not on sale. I have no plans on doing it now, that's for darn sure. But I do get asked a lot to start something like this for Euro Truck. I'm running out of fuel. Again. Yeah, I gotta see what's the deal with this Freightliner. Seemed like the fuel capacity, but I think when I bought the truck that I tried to get the chassis with the best fuel tank on it. Need to get around this truck because I do believe my exit's going to be very soon. Oh, good. Give me the green light on the way station. That's kind of you. That would have sucked when you're only like 30 miles away from your destination. Whoop. I looked quickly. Was no cars coming at the time. I apologize. But been a long time since I've been up to Idaho. Three miles, but it's going to take me 12 minutes to get there. Well, especially if the speed limit's only 25. This is where I really definitely got to set the cruise control because I ought to be doing like 40 miles an hour right now. Even without realistic economy, it is slower making money than in ATS. Is it? I had some pretty good mods in ETS back in the day. Let me just have a quick check here. Alright, so we do got a fuel rest area right here. Not far from where we're dropping off a load. So that's good. We actually got a place in town. So the loads in Euro Truck don't make as much money distance-wise as in ATS. Oh, I gotta take a right, then a left. I might need to get in that right-hand lane. Unless your name's Squirrel, he was when he was doing something in trucking, he had around 55 mil. Let me get over to this lane here. Well, good news is, I better not chance it. We haven't gotten a ticket yet today. Let's not start. But we're getting this load done before it gets dark. Alright, I see where I gotta bring it. Actually, I'm gonna turn... Oop, better not turn there. I wanted to turn there, so that way I can back in, not on the blind side. Yeah, it's just right there, but we're going to do it like this. Trying to concentrate, train. Train. I need to concentrate. Your whistle blowing is not needed. Park and brake. Turn off the engine and decouple. So 2,335 miles was that journey. I used 532.8 gallons of fuel. And looks like I was level 48, but now I'm level 49. And yeah, we just need to go on down the road. I will mark it because I could get lost. 2 miles, 6 minutes to get there. Oh yeah, I was going to look for a service station, wasn't I? There's not one there. And there's not one really in Pocatello. I can have a look. I can have a look to see exactly how big of a fuel tank it's got. And then go to like a Freightliner dealer online and see what size they go up to. Wait, is that where I want to turn? No, wrong intersection. CSES has increased the maximum speed to 50 miles an hour for special transports. Why am I seeing a lot of flashing lights? What the heck is going on over here? Before I fuel up, what the heck is going on over here? Yeah, we got some trucker lost his load. Some trucker lost his load. It's a shame when you lose your load. You're running 39 mods in ETS at the moment. I kind of forgot the repairs in ETS too. They didn't change that over the way ATS does it, like you have insurance, all that kind of stuff. Seems kind of weird. $762 for diesel fuel. Yeah, I'm going to park over here. Not going to hit the rest button. Let me go ahead and look at this this truck. Truck manager. Oh, that's mine. Okay, I just want to see... Can I not see the stats in here? It's a 240-gallon tank. Freightliner. Buy online. Again, I'm just trying to see what the biggest tank is. Custom configuration. Yeah, 240 gallons is the biggest fuel tank you can get on a Freightliner. Interesting. Kenworth. So I had a T680. And that one, I think I had... 300-gallon tank. You place items on. Do you want to cancel? Yeah, I'm not buying a truck. I was just checking things out, game. But thank you. 240 is the biggest for that truck, I think. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But I mean, I did drive the whole day before getting through the fuel, and I was doing 80 miles an hour. I don't have the realistic fuel usage turned on. So in the game, you can actually change it. I got it set for I get a certain amount of miles per gallon on fuel. You can change it to more realistic to where your mileage, fuel mileage will differ by the gear and everything that you're driving in. But it can get kind of complicated to understand how far you think you can go on fuel. You might use more than what you think you're going to be using. So yeah, world map. So in case you're just tuning in or weren't here from the start, we are in Pocatello, Idaho, and our journey from that trip started down here in Jacksonville. I do believe we came across here up through Georgia, through Chattanooga. I know we went through Nashville. We went through Memphis. Oh wait, did we? Did I go through Memphis? I must have went through Memphis. I remember going through Memphis. I remember, but then we went up. No, I must have gone through from Nashville. No, I went to Nashville. That's right. We did go through to Kentucky. So sorry, we went from Nashville up through Kentucky, on up into St. Louis. Then St. Louis, we cut across over to St. Joseph. Then we wiggled our way up to Lincoln, where from Lincoln, Nebraska, we cut all the way on I-80, all the way across Nebraska, Wyoming to Salt Lake City, and then on up to Pocatello. Too much right foot. Well, right foot got us here. And not only that, we bought a truck today. We upgraded our garage, and we still have $79,000 in the bank account. And weekly now, we're almost earning $400,000 per week. So, yeah, the company is doing rather well as we have gone on through. But I do think that's where I'm going to wrap it up for today. 3 hours of driving an ATS. Again with the train. 3 hours of driving ATS straight on. I need a break. It's not like Farming Simulator where I can stand in a field for a little bit and take a break. This is all pure driving mostly. And yeah, I don't feel like... I think Cindy wants a break as well. So I think we're just going to wrap it up for today in ATS. So I appreciate everyone being here. Hopefully you enjoyed the ride from Florida up to Idaho. 2,300 mile trip. It was a good little trip, I do believe. And yeah, appreciate everyone being here. If you haven't done so already, hitting that thumbs up button will help me out more than you know. Thumbs down buttons there as well. You can hit that if you'd like to. Leave me a comment as to why. And if you're new here, but I'm sure you've already done this, you might want to hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on more content like this. Tomorrow, we're back on Riverview for Farming Simulator 25. Friday, we'll be playing Sunset Motel because Sunset Motel gets released on Friday. And I think we'll complete Sunset Motel. If you're unsure what Sunset Motel is, I've done a couple streams on it. And you may want to check it out because that game does come out on Friday. And that's the plan. So tomorrow, back on Riverview. Then Friday, Sunset Motel. And as for the weekend, I'm still not sure. I kind of forgot this upcoming weekend is Easter weekend. So, yeah, Sunday I won't have time to get like recordings done. So I may have to do that Saturday, which I'm not sure if I'll stream Saturday or not. But I'll figure that out later on. I'll just stay focused on Riverview for Farming Simulator tomorrow and Sunset Motel on Friday. An episode of Penier will be out tomorrow morning before the stream. But just remember, if you're a channel member, you already have access to that video because it is posted. So if you want some farming action right after this, you can go check it out if you are a channel member. But then again, if you're not, that's fine. Video will be out tomorrow morning before the stream. So again, appreciate everyone being here. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. But until then, have a good one.